again to our club meeting for tonight, the first meeting for the month of October. Our theme for tonight is about friendship, the power of friendship. So later on, we will be exploring thoughts from our members, from our new members and old members about how they think about the friendship, the value and the power of friendship. But for now, let's call over our leader for the invocation and Toastmaster of the evening. TM Jep Robles.
Hello po, si TM Ana po. TM Ana?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Thank you, TM Jeff. So, let's all silence everyone and let's call in the power of the Lord. Dear Heavenly Father, you are all knowing and wise. We are grateful for this day as we begin our regular Toastmasters meeting. We seek your wisdom and insight. We are thankful that we have been given the opportunity to expand our knowledge and understanding. We pray that everything we learn today will help us advance in our personal and professional lives. In the name of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, Amen.
And
Thank you. And let me share my screen for the Toastmaster promise. Sorry, technical difficulties.
Hey, TM Ana, you are muted.
Please repeat after me. As a member of Toastmasters International and my club, I promise to attend club meetings regularly, to prepare all of my projects to the best of my ability, basing them on the Toastmasters education program, to prepare for and fulfill meeting assignments, provide fellow members with helpful, constructive evaluations, to help the club maintain the positive, friendly environment necessary for all members to learn and grow, to serve my club as an officer when called upon to do so, treat my fellow club members and our guests with respect and courtesy, to bring guests to club meetings so they can see the benefits of Toastmasters membership offers, to adhere to the guidelines and rules for all Toastmasters education and recognition programs, and to act within Toastmasters' core values of integrity, respect, service, and excellence during the conduct of all Toastmasters activities. Thank you, and I give. Sorry.
Thank you, TM Ana. Now I would like to introduce to you our Toastmaster of the evening, our one and only, the one who always gives us guidance when it comes to humility and respect and all things about the Bible. Let's all welcome fellow Toastmaster, our Toastmaster of the evening, TM Remy Bansuelo.
hello, and good evening to all of you. It's my privilege to host the Toastmasters Club meeting tonight, where most of you probably you miss me because I haven't been here for 3 consecutive weeks now. And now TM Jep bumawi. So I will be the Toastmasters for the night. Tonight's theme is so interesting because it's all about friendship, the power of friendship. I'm wondering, have you found a friend here in Toastmasters? In MEYCAUAYAN Toastmaster? How can you
Many.
s- how can you tell that he or they are your true friends? Okay, before we go further with friendship issues, let's call TM Jamie. Are you around to give us the word for the night?
Hello, TM Remy. So, hello, everybody. Good evening. I'm here to give, as your language evaluator, I'm here to give the word of the night. The word of the night is palmary. Palmary. The meaning of palmary is it is an adjective meaning outstanding or best. An example is Jose Rizal made palmary contributions in the field of literature. Does anyone wants to try to give their own example of the word of the night? Palmary? Oh, may volunteer? No? Oh. So
I can
seems like
volunteer.
wow. Go
Yeah,
ahead, Direct Rose.
I'm very happy that my daughter tries her best and shows Palmary or Palmary certificates from her school. And I'm very proud. Toastmaster Jamie.
Thank you. I low sorry, I'm having bad connection. So thank you, Toastmaster Rose. So the word of the night. I hope everyone used the word of the night and counting on everyone. So I return to control to our TME, Toastmaster Remy.
Thank you, TM Jamie, for the word for tonight. So, going back to the theme, the power of friendship. What is friendship? According to the website that I consulted, friendship is defined as a relationship of mutual affection between two people or group. While this sounds initially simple on the surface, friendship can be quite complicated. What is the power of friendship? Friendship's power lies in the value it gives both to the individual as well in a group setting. Let me give you a few benefits of friendship that happen in a group or in a workplace. It can be motivating factor. Working on something with somebody whom you are sure your friends help you to be inspired and interested to do or accomplish something. You will also be supported if you have friendship. A person with somebody who calls a friend will have an automatic support system, a person who will care for and guide him through any new pathway. You will be a team player. When you found a friend in a group setting, a friendly working environment makes the task easier and lessens the burden of doing something. People who enjoy being with a group will definitely find ways to contribute to the betterment of that group. Do you know that friends help in lessening stress? This is one way to cope stress. Friends know how to listen and can also give good advice if needed. Lastly, friendship is an important source of happiness for people. The Bible says, "It is not good for a man to be alone." That's why he created Eve for Adam. So friendship is powerful. There is power in group. To give us more highlight and inspirational thoughts about this, let's call TM Sadi Cortez for our table topics. Take it away, TM Sadi.
Thank you so much to our Toastmaster of the evening, Toastmaster Remy. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and friends. I am Toastmaster Cedric Cortez, your table topics master for tonight. So, I would like to know if Trisha Castro is our guest.
Yes, he's our new member. She's been registered as our new member.
Okay. Thank you, President Juliet. For the interest of our new members, table topics is intended help help our members develop their ability to organize their thoughts quickly and respond to an impromptu question or topic. So in table topics, five there are certain patterns that we could use, and here are some basic patterns we can use in a table topics speeches. So first is the past present future, wherein you will be using that when you are comparing events or situations within a timeline. Second is the use you can use IDA, which means attention, interest, desire, action. And these are used um for some kind of topics, and you are going to react in a certain point. Third is the SMG, which is widely used by some of our fellow Toastmasters here. So SMG, or story message game, is used for storytelling, wherein you will be giving a moral or lesson in the concluding parts of your speech. In table topics, we have a time assignment which will be presented by our timer, which is Toastmaster Anna later. When you are able to when you spoke at about 1 minute, then the green light will be flashed. When you spoke at 1 minute and 30 seconds, the yellow card will be flashed. And then when the red color flash on the screen, then definitely you are on your 2 minute mark, wherein you have to collect your thoughts as you conclude your table topic speech. Just a correction, Toastmaster Jeff was our timer. So our table topic speakers, who I will call later, kindly pin him. Now, these are the tips that I could give you when you are speaking a table topic speech. So number one, we have to take time and collect our thoughts. So we are given a 30-second thinking time once the topic was given to us. Second, we have to open our speech with a bang. So we have to grab the attention of our audience. Third, this is one of the best tip that I could give is we have to personalize our stories. So we have to use personalization. We have to give personal stories to our table topic speeches. Fourth, we have to inspire our audience, and we can inject humor to our table topics. And lastly, we have to close our table topic speech with an impact, wherein we have to give a call to action, a message with a message wherein the audience will resonate with that. And we also have to stop before going overtime. So that is one of the things that we should consider when we are delivering a table topic speech. I will not be able to present or share screen because I am using my phone. My apology for that. My laptop is not working at this moment. So um I will be just saying the topics twice as I call the table topics speakers. So for our first table topic speaker, I would like to call Toastmaster Ben. Distinguished Toastmaster Ben, good evening.
Good evening. I can't go on cam at the moment, but yeah, go.
It's okay, distinguished Toastmaster Ben. So here is our first topic. The topic is from Oscar Wilde. True friends stab you in front. Again, true friends stab you in front. Distinguished Toastmaster Ben.
Indeed, it is a good friend who is courageous enough to tell us the truth to our faces and who are not hesitant in giving us the hard truths to our face. It takes a brave individual to really be able to tell us that we're doing something wrong at the moment that we're doing it. And more often than not, this is something that for many Filipinos, it is truly a difficult thing because we like to shilly-shally, we like to tell people only the good things, and very rarely do we actually come out and say the truth. I have been fortunate that I have had friends who have told me the truth. And for me, the person that I consider the closest friend that I would have would be actually my own children because they never hesitate to give it to me straight. They never hesitate to stop me when I'm doing something that they consider utterly foolish. And they really say, Ma, do you really think that's the best thing to do right now? And truly, from the mouth of children, a lot of wisdom comes. And my children are the wisest people I know. Yes, because they inherited it from me. But aside from that, the fact that they do tell me the truth is something that I appreciate a lot. It doesn't feel nice at the beginning, but they do give me a lot of direction and I truly appreciate it. Ladies and gentlemen, look for individuals, friends, family who will tell you the truth to your face, who will, yes, literally stab you in the front rather than those who go around talking about you and behind your back, but never actually say the truth to your face. Because true friends, they tell you the truth. Back to you, Toastmaster Sedi.
Thank you so much, distinguished Toastmaster Ben, for that insightful message. Yes, I agree with you. I agree with you, distinguished Toastmaster Ben, that we have to look for a friend who is very true to us, especially when they find something in us that we have to improve. And and for me, if we have a true friend who stabs us in front, I believe they are one of the friends that we can consider as a true friend because as what you said earlier, some friends who did not stab you in front stab you in the back. And based on experience, it happens a lot. So thank you so much, distinguished Toastmaster Ben. Now moving forward to our second table topic, I would like to call Toastmaster Armel. Toastmaster Armel.
So is it okay? I am the table topics evaluator.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, the Toastmaster Armel. Toastmaster Anna. Toastmaster Anna. Okay,
Yep,
thank
hello.
you. Okay. So here is my second topic. One loyal friend is worth 10,000 relatives. Again, one loyal friend is worth 10,000 relatives. Toastmaster Anna.
Thank you, Toastmasters, Jeff. Toastmaster Sedi, sorry, Toastmaster Sedi. Loyalty is underrated. Loyalty is something that we often hear, but we're not really sure how we can see it in our friends. And that is one thing that we hope to have a loyal friend. As PM said, a loyal friend is more valuable than a loyal than 10 relatives, because with a loyal friend you always know that you have someone in your back, someone who would support you. And on my end, that would be my, well, in my case, it's actually my sisters. Well, I could say that they're still my relatives, but my sisters are the one that are always with me in spite of everything. Be it when I cry because I I got really downgraded, or my boss really got angry with me because of some things. They always see my ups and downs, and they never tell about my secrets to others. And in front of everybody, we are all united. I think that is what loyal friend is. They're someone that is always at your side, not necessarily physically there, but their presence is always felt. There's someone, these people are someone who would always tell you the truth and who would always know you, your ups, your downs, and everything in between about your life. Loyal friends are those that, regardless of whatever story they hear about you, they would always still ask you your side of the story first before really believing others. And that is what being loyal is, as I know it and as I want it to be. Loyal friend is someone that we should all strive for, become a loyal friend to our friends, and we hope to have a loyal friend on our side too. Thank you, TM Steady. Back to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Anna, for a nitty message when it comes to friendship. I also agree with you that in terms of friendship, it is not, it doesn't mean that you have to be there with your friend 24/7. I cannot explain it in English, but it's like okay lang na hindi kayo nakikita lagi, something like that. And but in the most difficult times, um, but you will, ano pa na ba? But in the most difficult times, I believe you will have that friend, parang ganon. Anyway, thank you so much, Toastmaster Anna, for that very insightful message. Moving forward to our third table topics, I would like to call Toastmaster Mark. Toastmaster Mark. Okay. Thank you so much. For Toastmaster Mark, here is your third table topic. Here is a question. What's your love language with a friend? Again, what is your love language with a friend? Toastmaster Mark.
There are five love languages that were introduced to us: words of affirmation, giving gifts, quality time, and so on and so forth. I forgot the other two. Love language, when we talk about love language, is not about the romantic love. It can be also be done for a friend. A friendly love or familial love, there is. I love telling the truth. I love telling appreciation. That's why I love evaluation in Toastmasters. For me, my love language is the words of affirmation or appreciation. During our team meetings in the office, when I lead a team, I give appreciation to somebody who have done their best. And I was awarded with the Great Mentor Award in the office because of that. So for me, having that little appreciation, what no matter how minute that appreciation is, as long as this is given to a primary person, then it's worth it. For me, ladies and gentlemen, my fellow Toastmasters, for a friend, and even for other instances, my love language is word of affirmation. Back to you, table topics master.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Mark, for sharing your love language. And yes, I believe one of the most used love language to a friend is words of affirmation. Because if we use like acts of service or sending gifts, I believe that's too expensive. Just for me, that's too expensive. And words of affirmation is is more
Free.
yes free and it's priceless. So thank you, Toastmaster Mark. And now moving forward to our last table topic, I would like to call a Toastmaster who has so many friends, Toastmaster Rose, Director Rose.
Hello, yes. Good evening, Toastmaster Eddie.
Toastmaster Rose, here is your final topic. It is just, you just have to give an answer. So, friendship for you, friendship is blank. Again, friendship is blank. Toastmaster Rose.
Do you remember back in grade school when you had that little notebook with the words slam book at the front? I'm not sure if the younger ones had this, but it's a book or a notebook where you fill in your name, your address, your number, and some questions like define love and what is friendship to you. And sometimes for love, you would say it's like a rosary filled with mystery. So for me, friendship, define friendship. For me, friends are like family. They are your family that you choose. For me, friends are the people you share coffee with, the people you share your time with, and the people that you share your wildest ideas. And these friends, they accept you for who you are, and they also show their own oddities. I think it's a Palmery kind of relationship when you and your friends learn to accept each other unconditionally. And of course, it's not just friendship, it's also there's also love in between. It's a different kind of love than the romantic love or the love that we have for the world. But friendship and love for me is almost the same, just little differences. So whenever you want to think of your friends, or for me, if you think of your friends, think of them as your loved ones as well, like your family. Because are friends are your family that you choose. And back to you, those masters.
Thank you so much, Director Rose, for that wonderful message. Fellow Toastmasters and friends, that concludes our table topics speech for tonight. And congratulations for our four brave speakers. Now, before I end this portion, I hope that we could find a friend who say the truth in front of us because that person love us. I hope we could find a friend who is loyal even when he is not around you every day. I hope we could find a friend who appreciate our presence. And lastly, I hope we could find a friend who treated us as a part of family. So thank you so much. Now I would like to return the control back to our Toastmaster of the evening.
Thank you, TM Sadi, for that um, Palmery collection of quotation. My apology to our guest tonight. Trisha, I thought we have no guests. Let me welcome you formally. Welcome here in MEYCAUAYAN Toastmasters Club. For your sake, let me give you a brief introduction of what is Toastmaster all about. Toastmasters Club is a laboratory of friendship which you can develop among us. You may now choose whom you want to connect with. So Toastmasters Club is an international organization. It's all over 144 countries for now. And MEYCAUAYAN Toastmasters Club is one of these clubs existing here in the Philippines. We are now on our 30th years as a club. So how do we hold our meetings? So by the way, in Toastmasters, you have the freedom to exercise your skill. Even though you commit mistakes, it's okay. Here you can find members committing mistake, and that's giving us the liberty to exercise. We are allowing it. No, you will not be graded here. So just feel free to be yourself. So how do we do our meetings? There's two major parts. The first one is all about table topics. This is spontaneous delivery of speeches with the person leading it. And the second part of this first part is prepared speeches, where there are assigned members who prepare their speeches according to the pathways that they have to deliver it during club meetings. The second major part is evaluation. Evaluation is where we learn about things that we should improve the following series of speeches that we will be giving in the future. So do not be afraid to be evaluated, because in evaluation you will level up your skill both in leadership as well in public speaking. I hope you can find friends here. So let's get the ball rolling by going to our second part, and that is prepared speech. We have 3 prepared speeches for tonight. So the first speaker is our newbie, okay? So I got to know her as an inquiry in our website or in our Facebook. So she will be delivering her icebreaker speech in her pathway of coaching. So this is her first speech. Ladies and gentlemen, let us welcome Miss Grace Dionisio to deliver her speech all about grace. Take it away, Grace.
Thank you. Hello, Toastmasters. Good evening. I would like to welcome myself back because this is actually my first meeting as an official member, and I am glad to be speaking here before you to make my formal, informal introduction. So let's talk about me. Let's talk about Grace. So I hail from Malolos, Bulacan, a single mother to a 13-year-old boy. I have 4 siblings, and my late dad was a lawyer, while my mom was an accounting professor turned pastor of the United Methodist Church. I can summarize who I am in 5 statements, but of course, don't expect that it will be limited to 5 statements. So number 1 is, I take after my father. I am pretty much his female version. That's precisely the reason why I wanted to become a lawyer, but I had to put it off for now. Because I love my work so much, I will try to bar again hopefully next year. Anyway, it's never too late to be a lawyer. Number two is I am a Leo. If you do believe in zodiac signs, you probably know the good and the bad of being a Leo. Ambitious, born leader, lover of luxury, but I am nowhere there yet, just a little comforts maybe. Loyal, and I could be domineering too. The concept of self love has been a thing these days, and believe me, I am all for self love. One thing that's odd though is that my sign says that I love to be the center of attention. To a certain degree, maybe, but I am not a people person and doesn't really do well in big groups, especially with strangers. I don't like parties. It's really ironic because I am in human resources and I'm supposed to love people, right? Number three, I love staycations and traveling. That's my concept of self-love. It's always part of my budget. My thinking is I work hard so I play hard. A song from One Direction says or encourages you to live while you're young. And at 40 years old, I guess that's what I'm doing at my life. Number four, a big part of who I am was a result of my first heartbreak when I was 19 years old. I fell in love with someone who was 9 years my senior. Believe me, that was a painful one, but I never resented that man. Every time I think of him, which is not that often as a disclaimer, I can only thank him for the inspiration and how that heartbreak shaped me into who I am today. And lastly, kindly pay attention to this one. Here's what my LinkedIn profile says. A professional who truly believes in the balance of aptitude, attitude, and commitment, with experience in various fields such as human resources, legal, content writing, remote work services, and education, an advocate of continuous learning for professional and personal growth and development, a Toastmaster. That's me. Thank you so much and nice to meet you all.
Wow, bravo, Grace. I'm so glad and exhilarated to hear who you are and getting to know you because I too love to be a lawyer way, way back. But you are so welcome to be part of the MEYCAUAYAN Toastmasters Club. May panlaban na tayo.
Sure.
Okay. You may be looking forward, Trisha, for your icebreaker. I am challenging you. You can do it, just as Grace. Now for our second prepared speaker. The next speaker is a veteran since he is now a distinguished Toastmaster, but he is a newbie dad. He is distinguished Toastmaster Mark Edrada. The purpose of his speech is to present the speech or any topic, receive feedback, and apply feedback to a second speech. This is his level 2.1 evaluation and feedback. Project for the pathway is engaging humor. With the title, The Mirror and the Bite, please welcome Mr. Mark Wilson Edrada.
It was one Sunday morning. I came out from the shower with my body slightly wet and with my towel from waist down. I looked into the mirror, full of my towels from my waist, and que barbaridad! Fellow Toastmasters, I know what you're imagining. It's not like that. In front of the mirror was a naked, rounded body. I saw that soft, huge tummy hanging on an otherwise oversized body. And I looked closely on that man on the mirror, and voila, that face looked familiar. That man was the biggest version of my physical body. 3 years ago, when I last hit the gym, During those times, I was ecstatic to go to the gym and hit my exercise routine. I might not have achieved the stellar bodies of those with six-pack abs, but at least I could wear those body fit shirts, medium. That was then, when I was single. Now, I am married, I have a kid, and as I mature, my body age also matured exponentially. Gentlemen, one of the perks of being married is to have somebody cook for you. But one of the advantages of being married to a strict wife is that she would serve you a limited amount of food because she does not want you to die prematurely. So from body fit shirt, now I beg, body, please make this shirt fit. While my, while my tummy bulging in, I realized that I needed another exercise routine without leaving home. So I bought this stationary bike. One night, I rushed to receive the stationary bike on the box, excitedly, but it was not assembled yet. That's what I don't like about purchasing online. You have to assemble everything yourself. Buying this bike costed me my money. Assembling this costed me my energy. Then every morning, I tune into YouTube to follow a cycling guru. Pedal faster, the cycling guru said. The challenges on this stationary bike were immense. I needed to finish every obstacle with the stationary bike just to maintain the body that I once had. Today, I may be a little slimmer. My weight did not absolutely decrease. Perhaps my muscle weight increased by the virtue of Paconsuelo de Bobo. But by little steps, I am able to achieve the energy that I want to have. Albert Einstein said, life is like riding a bicycle. The moment you stop moving forward, you begin to fall. But with this stationary bike, that does not make me fall, even I stop moving, I feel the confidence that one day, when I got out of the shower and look at the mirror and pull my towel from my waist down, there's no more que barbaridad. Fellow Toastmasters, what does your mirror say about your future self as a reflection of your best self? And what is your own stationary bike that equips you from moving from your current state, going to your best self? Back to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, DTM Mark Edrada, for that interesting and funny speech. Now, for our last speaker for tonight, since TM Lit is not around, so she will be our last speaker. This speaker is known for her enthusiasm and bubbly spirit. We will hear her project as in the title of KKK, with the purpose, and the purpose of her speech is to practice being aware of one's thoughts and feelings, as well as the impacts of responses on others. Friends, let us welcome the life of the party of MTMC, Tita Elise Delata.
Good evening. After working as a vet technician in the States, coming back home for good, I found myself working in a nonprofit organization where I work with Christian leaders catering to different parts of Bulacan. And so, as a field director, then I organized medical missions, feeding programs, assisted in surgical operations, medicine dispensing, what have you. And little did I know I would fall in love with the phase of work I was indulged in. Last Saturday, fellow Toastmaster, in working on my second doctorate degree, I presented a health promotion program of what is supposed to be, we as students, our heartfelt public health concern in our community. My professor on that subject, lifestyle medicine, commented, excellent, Doctora. Excellent endeavor. We beg you to please heed on. Thus, this project. Madam President Juliet Gabatingan, fellow Toastmasters, guests, good evening. These were just news. Only if you hear it in radio na, TV pa, these were just news. But if the news of abduction, rape, and slave cases became a reality, it is not anymore just a news. It becomes your major concern. Only if it occurs in your area of mobility, then it will start to sink in, becomes a legit perspective of an epidemiological setting, a disease of the society, because it affects health concerns of every household, mentally, and the whole perspective of well-being. Far worse, fellow Toastmasters, that could be your community. Rape, abduction, and killings are being tackled in the social media nowadays, but sexual violence such as harassments, like bullying, discrimination, intimidation, leave a mark on the victim's life, a scar for life. This is a girl, Princess Marie Dumantay from my town of Bustos, Bulacan, was a 15-year-old student, both bore cigarette burns all over her body with bruises caused by strangulations with the possibility of having been raped, was found dead along a grassy roadside. This KKK was born, conceptualized by yours truly, Toastmaster at your service. KKK stands for Karate Do for our K-12 kids, a health promotion campaign to educate the mass, the primary of what public health servants should be concerned of. Teaching from the art and skills of self-defense is a primary concern already, a most feared to sex crimes nowadays. But the community itself, me, your daughter, your sons, teachers, educators, administrative staff as well. With this program that we are trying to advocate and trying to implement community-based, we, the proponents, especially helped by the Inner Reef Club members, help and can easily tap early on prompt signs of abuse and even mental health issues. This program shall be presented primarily to Marilao principals, my friend Rosie, and then forwarded to Dep Ed for adoption and adaptation. Will be adopted in the PE curriculum, God willing. Instead of having cross stitch, and dance and badminton and tennis for physical education class, what is a prime concern nowadays is that increasing sex crime rates. We, the public health advocates, thus, with this skill in adopting KKK as our project, as a primary curriculum, only in the barangay level, satiates this endeavor. We are most thankful. With a skilled martial artist on hand, as we call him every time we need him, we work together to equip the children. Even teachers and parents are interested to join the program. The public health servant shall work on focusing to educate the community, the skill of self-defense, the power of discipline and self-control when crucial times need it most. The said child, Ellie Dumantay, is from my own place of Bustos, Bulacan. These incidents of kidnapping, harassment, and bullying, rampant as it is, will not sink in, not as long as it happens in the place of your mobility, in your barangay, in your own community. Fellow Toastmasters, the incidence of high incidence of sex crime rates will affect taxpayers' mentality and a loss of confidence to the government efforts of programs and reforms in the future. A public's trust will then deviate from putting credence to public officials' programs of reformation to citizenry self-protection and family preservation. If this happens, every household will have an easy access to unlicensed firearms and deadly weapons for security reasons and preservation of their own lives. Families will always be at high risk because of these sex crime rates soaring high by the day. Limas 2018 said, one person is raped in the Philippines every hour. And this does not necessarily mean only girls, and does not necessarily mean only young teens, but boys and adults alike. Based on police records cited by the Center for Women's Resource in 2017, this figure could just be a fraction of the many victims of rape who are incapacitated to speak out. 60% of rape victims do not acknowledge that they had been raped because of fear, trauma, and shame. Rape in the Philippines has become so common that it seems to have desensitized us, even if rape these days is most gruesome, most monstrous, revolting as rape case in the past. The program KKK designs to reach out to K to 12 children and teens. The benefits of training does not only confined to acquiring the skill, but also mental discipline, sports orientation, and of course, the physical fitness as well. This is just a portion of the presentation I did last Saturday, fellow Toastmaster. The next step is the proceed stage, wherein as a public servant, I need to implement this regulated and ethical system of governing facts. So help me God. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters.
Thank you, Tita Elise, for that well-informative speech of yours. We are being aware of the purpose of the project KKK. Now, fellow Toastmasters, we will suspend our break for now because we have to give way to our evaluation of Tita Elise and I think Grace and Mark. For our general evaluator, we have our very own President Juliet Cabatiña to do the honor.
Toastmaster Remy. Now we are in the portion of giving evaluation and feedback to our speakers from the table topics and prepared speeches. But for now, we will give way to the evaluation of our two prepared speeches since they are leaving early. So I would like to call on our first evaluator for tonight for TM Mark Edrada. Let's call on our very own DTM Christine Temdique.
Good evening, Mark. Thank you, Juliet. Well, your pathway is engaging you more, as I heard from you, and this is your level 1 speech. Okay, so I think we undergo certain level, and level 1 involves like giving speech and receiving feedback, right? Now, you excelled at narrating as a very interesting story, and I think all of us can relate. I can see that you've become healthier after, and that shows that you're very much contented with your family life. And I'm glad, I'm so happy about that. Nevertheless, I think you actually emphasize the importance of staying healthy. And that is why you now deliver the speech about engaging in an exercise in order to curtail whatever is going on in your body and prevent you from getting bigger. So you gave us a story of staying healthy, and it was very organized. The way you narrated the story is very engaging, and I think everyone can relate with you. In fact, I probably would like to have also a stationary bike at home, so you can just jump in anytime you want. Now, you even post questions to the listeners, which is something that enable you to engage the listeners. Now, these are things that you excelled at. What do I want you to work at? So here is my suggestion. You have an actual props, right? And I would suggest that you probably would have shown it a little bit more, on a bigger scale, so that we can see really how you're biking. So maybe position your camera a little bit further, just to see that you are really biking and engaging in this exercise. Now, you also showed some you know your eyes are looking upward, which means that we're I'm thinking that you are reading your script or your speech somewhere upward in your computer, or just reading your script. So I think you have a way to still avoid that by maybe leveling your sheet paper a little lower than the camera, so it will not be obvious that you're looking up. And I find your conclusion a bit hanging. I was still expecting more, and then suddenly it's the end. So I was thinking, is it really like green or yellow? So I think you should have ended a bit more. You complete and expound a little longer for your conclusion to be very emphatic, because this seems like a bit incomplete. Not incomplete in the sense that there's no ending, but then I think you could still emphasize the importance of this exercise. And now my challenge now for you is, since this is a pathway in engaging humor, I would suggest, and your challenge is, even though this is a speech of receiving feedback, include some punchlines, so that you will start, exercising your skill in engaging humor. So use more punchlines in your future speeches. But it was an interesting speech, and I like you to proceed continuously and exercise this pathway of engaging humor. Congratulations, Mark.
Thank you. Thank you, Tita Christine. Now I will just evaluate. Well, I will just give the the essence of the evaluation, why we are evaluating later on. Now I would like to call on the next evaluator, because Grace is also leaving early for her work. To evaluate her speech, let's call on our very own director, TM Rose Pagia.
Thank you so much to our president, Toastmaster Juliet. Good evening. Good evening, Grace. How are you?
I'm good.
Great, great. So let me start with your evaluation. We give thanks for the graces that we receive. And tonight, we give thanks because we have received a grace in our club tonight. So for you, Toastmaster Grace, for your speech, I believe you hit the objective like a hammer on the head. You were able to introduce yourself to the group. And your speech was organized because it was clear due to the number guides that you gave us: 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now, how can I help you on your next projects? Number 1, I'm not sure if you have been attending Zoom meetings before, but please take note, for you to establish eye contact, please take a look at your camera. Try to practice where your camera is and try to look at it there. so that you can establish eye contact. It will create a sense of connection to your audience. Number 2, please insert pauses in your speech. I appreciate that you have a good command of the English language, and it appears that you really are comfortable speaking in English. However, it seems fast at times. You can afford to pause, especially when you're going to say the next number. Statement, statement, pause, number 3 or 3, and then continue with the speech. Lastly, your speech had a disclaimer at the start. I suggest you can take that out, or you can switch it or replace it with a more attention-grabbing introduction. And using that, you can, or with that, you can capture the attention and then maintain the your audience attention throughout the speech. And with that, the best part, I would like to mention, the best part of your speech is that in your LinkedIn profile, at the end, you said you were a Toastmaster. You already claimed that you are a Toastmaster. That is the best part for me. And it means for me that you have already made yourself, or you are already a Toastmaster in your heart because you have already claimed it for yourself. Congratulations, Toastmaster Grace. You are a blessing. Continue, yes, continue being a blessing to all of us, and we hope to hear more of your speeches very soon. Let's clap for Toastmaster Grace. And with that, I return the control back to our General Evaluator, Toastmaster Juliet.
For this time, I'm going to turn it back to our Toastmaster of the evening for our break. We'll continue later.
Okay, we will have a 5-minute break. A 5-minute break can be used for bio break, or we can call our break master, TM Mark.
Hello, everyone, and good evening. And this is Mark's Remarks. So, can we call here on our visual stage our table topics team? Sedi, Distinguished Toastmaster Ben, Anna, Rose, and Toastmaster of the evening, Remy.
Ooh.
Okay, so spotlight and spotlight. Goes. Sino ba ba? Sedi. Where's Sedi?
Toastmaster Mark,
Um,
can we take
yes.
a quick picture with everyone while
Sure.
we're all here?
Sure.
Toastmaster Jamie, can you turn on your cam? Kaya ba?
Turn on your cameras, please. Agnes Garcia.
Tita Beng.
Tita Beng yan.
Tita Beng. Tita Beng. Tita Beng.
Toastmaster Jeff, alis mo muna yung background mo. Nawawala ka. You're like an
Oo
apparition.
nga. Para
Wala
kang
pa.
ano. Yeah,
Yan.
there.
1, 2. Again, for safety purposes. 1, 2. Hindi pala kumagat yung muna. Very nice. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Thank you. Bye,
Take care, Tita
Grace.
Christine and
Bye, Tita
Toastmaster Grace if you need
Yeah.
me.
Okay, I have to go.
Okay,
but
thank
Yeah,
you,
see you
Tita.
later.
Yeah.
And
See you
thank
next
you,
week.
Grace.
Bye-bye.
Okay, go on, TM Mark.
Let's go back to Mark's Remarks. Good evening, and let's call our table topics team. So, Sedi, Beng, Anna, Rose, Remy. Si Anna, dito pa si Anna, no? Okay. So, in our friendship, there's always the funniest friend, the brainy friend, the competitive friend, the fashionista friend, and a friend who opposes you all throughout. So those are the types of friends in your circle. So Toastmaster Sedi, among the Toastmasters or among your friends here in MEYCAUAYAN Toastmasters, who do you consider the funniest friend?
The funniest friend, Toastmaster Rose.
Rose, Toastmaster Rose.
Pero ikaw ang champion.
Why? Why Toastmaster Rose?
There were times she used to joke who is hindi pang millennial. Pang nanay.
80s. Joke.
Parang very natural yung sense of humor ni Madam Rose. Kaya medyo nagkakasundo kami minsan pagdating sa mga tawanan.
I agree with you, Sedi, because sometimes, if not most of the time, Rose's jokes are geeky. So you need to have a high IQ to interpret the jokes that she has had. Thank you for that, Sedi. Toastmaster Ben, distinguished Toastmaster Ben, who among your friends here in MEYCAUAYAN Toastmasters do you consider as a brainy friend, the most brainy?
In MEYCAUAYAN Toastmasters Club, I would consider Toastmaster Christine as actually one of the brainiest because I edited her book. So a lot of her poetry, which she has been writing since she was 15 years old, showed that she wasn't just book smart. She was she had character, she had depth, and then yun nga, ang galing niya sa business. So in my book, that would make her the brainiest also.
Of course, Tita Christine is Tita Christine, so no one can equal her capability here in MEYCAUAYAN Toastmaster. Anyway, we're all unique in our own rights, so we can't be equal by other people because we still have our own skills that the others do not have. Thank you for that, Toastmaster Beng. Toastmaster Anna, so since you have seen us face to face, so who do you think is the most fashionista friend in MEYCAUAYAN Toastmasters?
I'm trying to remember all of your clothes during our first meeting. And somehow I can only remember Tita Elise. Tita Elise is the most as the most fashionable ones. And particularly during every time that she does her speech, she is always glamoured up, all colored polo shirt and proper red lipstick. That's why I think Tita Elise is the most fashionable one.
Yeah, best costume, Tita Elise from Rose here on the comment. Oh, what's the prize for being the one with the best costume? Thank you, Anna. Toastmaster Remy, who do you think the most competitive friend here in MEYCAUAYAN?
Competitive? When you say competitive, he's after a standard that he or she wants to beat. So for this group, I think it's Tian Juliet Kabatingan because she's a leader and she wants to beat a standard that that she wants for all of us as a group. So competitive bagay sa kay TM Juliet and bagay sa position niya as president of a company.
Kasi daw magiging contestant. Actually, one of the job descriptions of a president here in the MEYCAUAYAN Toastmasters Club is to be a contestant in speech contest.
I didn't know that's for that purpose. Yung pala yung contest.
Presidents are being pushed to compete in the contests. Thank
Okay,
you for
okay.
that, Toastmaster Remy. Toastmaster Rose, who do you think is that friend who opposes you?
It's either Toastmaster Armel or Toastmaster Mark.
Why? Why? Why Armel or Mark?
Because whenever I give out wild ideas, you're the one who bring me back to reality. And I really appreciate it, truly.
Okay.
Yon.
Okay, si Toastmaster Elise, I want to hear from Toastmaster Elise. Who do you think is the most compassionate friend here in MEYCAUAYAN?
Most compassionate friend. Basically, you cannot already feel it kasi they are all parang you can actually ask who is more kasi they are sabi nga Juliet was saying that we can find friends here. I do not consider Toastmasters as my friends. They are already a family. I've been here like what 15 years. I mean, the friendship has been established. Alam mo yon yung tampuhan nandoon. Friendship can only be completed pagka nagkantampuhan na kayo, nagkagalit na kayo. If you have not gone through this, it is not a friendship journey. And more compassionate, lahat eh. Lahat. But, as as studying in lifestyle medicine, you can actually feel who is very, very deep and who's very deep and is very sensual and very, by the way they laugh, you know, ang pinakamasarap tumawa, and I say she is the most compassionate by my own standard. Si compassionate dito. Pinakamasarap tumawa si Rose. Ang sarap. I mean, pag pinagsabay mo sumawa kami lahat, nangingibabaw yung tawa niya. I think I thought that she's the most compassionate of all. Everyone is.
Thank you, Tita Elise. And the winner for the friend is Rose. You have 2 votes.
Butuhan pala. Sana pala ng bribe ako kanina pa.
Kaya nga eh. Sayang. Anyway, in our friend or in our circle of friends, there's always the funniest, the brainiest, the most compassionate, the most competitive, the most opposing, and the fashionista friend. So let's treasure all our friends. Anyway, before I give the control back to our general evaluator, I realized that our friends are there's a cliche, yes, that friends are there in times of trouble. That's a cliche. But friends should always be with you in times of victory. So that's another reading about friend. That's our remarks for tonight. I turn the control back to our general evaluator, Toastmaster Juliet.
Thank you so much. Our Mark's remarks portion of the evening. Okay. So for the purpose of our guest, for the information of our guest, the evaluation part, Trisha, is the portion wherein we give feedbacks to the speakers from the table topic session to the prepared speeches. And the objective of this is to give more information for the speakers to improve in the future. This is the primary grassroots of improving yourself, improving ourselves in our future speech deliveries. You will not be getting bullied by evaluation. No, don't think of that as you are being pushed. You're just being pushed to your limits to excel more in the future. So whatever are the things that needs to be corrected, things that need to be improved will be communicated to you during the evaluation period. So now let's proceed with our evaluation for the table topics session, which we skipped a while ago. I would like to call on our past director, director, yes, area director Armel, TM Armel Gutierrez to evaluate our table topics session.
Thank you so much to our General Evaluator, President Juliet. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. Good evening, Trisha. I'm happy that you are with us tonight. I am your Table Topics Evaluator. As mentioned before, table topics are the impromptu speech. It is about a mini speech where we have our opening statement or we have our beginning statement, body, and ending of your speech. The table topics is an exciting, I would like to consider it as an exciting part of our program or our meeting because it is full of fun, surprises, and sometimes failure, especially if we cannot be able to expound the quotation or the questions given to us. But tonight, we are honored to have four seasoned Toastmasters who gave their ideas or their thoughts on how they emphasize or evaluate each of the quotations given a while ago. Let's start with Distinguished Toastmaster Ben. Hello, DTM Ben. I am happy because you are with us again tonight. You are more than a friend. You are part of MEYCAUAYAN's family. You are our one of our best seasoned Toastmaster. I love it because you begin your speech with the word courage. You talked about the courageous, being courageous. And when you expound your speech a while ago, you talk about your family, your children. And that's a good example that a friendship, one of the examples of your friendship is your children because they always tell you the truth. Di ba? Minsan exaggerated, masakit, but they always tells us the truth, and that is a good way to expound your topic. As always, you are a good opening salvo in our table topics because you are the perfect example of how a table topics is all about. You're just always a motivator and an inspiration to all of us. Thank you once again for sharing your ideas to all of us. Now, our second speaker is Toastmaster Anna. Anna, hello. I love your confidence. You have that oozing self-confidence in expressing yourself. That's what I've noticed in you. For the very first time that you guested to us, you have that what's that? A surprising words or that thought that really gave a very good or nice ideas on your speech. I love that you emphasize on the word loyalty and you have it on your sisters. What I would like to suggest to you next time is to have that gestures, even if it is moving your left or right hands, to be able to emphasize more on your ideas. But in all, Anna, your greatest strength is your confidence because every time you expounded on a table topics, you are ready and always have that good thoughts inside your mind to share to all of us. Thank you so much, Anna, our future champion in table topics. Now we have another seasoned Toastmasters, distinguished Toastmaster Mark. I love it when you are so straight to the I love it when you started your speech in giving to us about five languages give us, especially the word affirmation. Parang, the word affirmation is sometimes ignored but then it is a profound word, the words affirmation. What I would like to hear more from you is to give example on how you give affirmation to your staff or to your coworkers so that we may learn how powerful your affirmative words are. Thank you, Mark, for sharing your ideas to us tonight. And the last but not the least is our director, Rose Pagia. Friend for you is love. Friend for you is family. A very relatable example that is a good way of giving to us the right idea of what friendship is all about. What I would like to hear from you next time is to give a summary before you end your speech or your topic so that the takeaway in your speech is can really be given or extended to all of us. But in all, you are also a good seasoned Toastmasters. Thank you. And now for our energetic Toastmaster of the Table Topics Master, Sedi. You are prepared because you gave us the ideas of what table topics is all about. What I appreciated about your session is the tips that you gave to us. I love it when you suggested 5 different tips. I actually wrote it down here in my pad paper. Now, I would like to recommend to you or suggest you, Sedi, to avoid saying, I'm sorry, my laptop is not working. Instead of sharing that to us, you may share to us that tonight I intended to read the quotations or the questions to all of you because I would like to test your listening skills. Diba? In that way, you uplifted yourself instead of saying sorry because of the faulty of your laptop. Thank you, Sebi. Now, Trisha, I hope you enjoyed our table topic session tonight. And it can be applied to our everyday lives, that impromptu speech that your boss asks you or your teacher or your husband or your wife or your friends ask you, Sedi, why you did not attend? You have that impromptu answer in expressing yourself because of the table topics that we have in each of our meeting here in MEYCAUAYAN. Now that's my sharing of evaluation to all of you. And good luck once again, fellow Toastmasters, to your next expounding of your table topics. I would like to return the control to our general evaluator, President Juliet.
Thank you, Toastmaster Armel, for your evaluation for the table topics. I would like to call on now our evaluator for the last speaker of the night, Tita Elise Dulatas. I would like to call on our favorite evaluator, the champion of table topics, the champion in our from our hearts, DTM Beng Garcia from City Pines.
All right.
Synergy.
Yes. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Juliet, our general evaluator this evening, and good evening, Toastmaster Elise. It's really an adventure to be able to hear you deliver this particular speech tonight because it's very different from what you normally deliver. Normally, you talk about dancing, you talk about other things, but tonight I saw you take a direction that I have not seen you take in other speeches. KKK, where you are teaching younger people about karate do. So I really appreciate the empowering nature of your project, how you are actually equipping all these young people in a very palmatory way on how to defend themselves against sexual abuse and even maybe bullying. So I really congratulate you for that. That's a very great aspiration for you to have, and it's so exciting that you're doing this in your area in Marilao in Bulacan. And I wish that others would also do that.
You're on mute. You're on mute.
One of the things things I would hey, one of the things I would encourage you to work on, Toastmaster Elise, would be to also work on the focus on the camera. Like right now, you came a little bit closer. So finding a middle way where earlier you were actually a little bit far from your camera earlier, and then you went closer. So maybe having more of your face visible, because at the when you were delivering your speech, part of your forehead was kind of cut off because you were so close to the camera. So I would ask you to consider that. And then also in terms of the movements, your natural ebullience, your exuberance makes you move a lot when you're delivering a speech. You are forever the dancer. And I would urge you to remember that not everybody has a fast internet, and maybe you could slow down a little bit of your motions and really focus on holding yourself still for a few moments. Now, another thing I would encourage you to work on, since this is focusing on the positive, I would urge you to really start with a trigger warning that you are going to be talking about sensitive topics like sexual harassment, on all of these things, because there's a heaviness to the speech, and maybe keep that part of that informative speech to about 2 minutes before you go to the KKK, the positive stuff, because your speech tended to be a little bit heavy on the reason why you're teaching karate do, and it is a very noble reason, but it's better to really focus on the positive, on why you are doing this, and to give a trigger warning. Overall, Toastmaster Elise, I salute you for what you're doing. I am grateful for the privilege to be able to see this new side of you, and I look forward to hearing you deliver more speeches on this theme. Congratulations, Toastmaster Elise, and continue focusing on the positive as you uplift everyone. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you. Thank you, DTM Bank. So I would just like to give my little feedback on all the evaluators and on their evaluations made for all the speakers for tonight. For the first evaluator, DTM Christine, she enumerated all the strengths of the speakers, of Mark Edrada, the speaker that she evaluated. She enumerated them and gave all the strength and what he excelled upon. And then for the things that needed to be improved, she gave us something about hanging conclusion. The conclusion of Mark appeared to be like unfinished, or there is something lacking. But what I want Tita Christine to improve is to give example of how to close it properly and not to be left hanging. She did commented on that, but she did not give an example. So it is somehow incomplete, and it didn't give Mark enough picture on how to close that conclusion. And also she gave example to use more punchline. No, she didn't give actually example. She didn't give example, but she said to use more punchline in the future. But what I wanted, or what I was waiting for her to say, is to give example of what punchline, like a couple of punchline that Mark can use. Well, I couldn't think of any for now, but as an evaluator, we should be like doing that. If we comment or evaluate on something, make sure to give example so that it is clearer on the part of the speaker. As for the evaluation of TM Rose to Grace, well, she's a good evaluator. I think she should be the one we encourage to join in the contest. She excelled at citing all the strengths and a thorough evaluation. She gave example of every comment or every evaluation that she's saying for Grace. And for the improvement, also, she gave about the technical issues like establishing eye contact and pauses, insert pauses. And that's a good evaluation. She gave example on when to pause, and she cited how to give or where to look when doing the eye contact. She pointed to Grace that you have to look in that small button, in that small light there in your laptop to make the eye contact with your audience. So very good, TM Rose. I don't have anything for you. I guess you're a better evaluator than me. So nothing to improve for me. As for TM Armel, oh sorry. There's just one TM Rose. The time. You have to observe the time. We all need to observe the time. I think you went overtime in giving your evaluation. So in contests, if you are an evaluation contestant, it is time bound. So you have to observe the time. Just that one thing. For TM Armel, in the table topics, before table topics, let's go to DT and Beng for the last speaker so that the sequence is improper. For her evaluation to TML is very thorough, really. Another champion. Hail, DTM Beng. What more can we ask for? You should be the general evaluator for tonight. We are going to learn a lot from you. Seriously. I don't know why they made me a general evaluator, but here I'm trying to give all my insights, to share my insights based on what I have learned from all the general evaluators that we have. But as for the evaluations you made to Tita Elise, I think it's perfect. The strength and the weaknesses and the things to improve. And I agree with you that the content of her speech is quite heavy about sexual harassment. And now I got distracted. Sorry. Yes. So thank you very much, DT and Beng, for that evaluation. It's always a pleasure having you here. And I'm proud to say that my niece, Trisha, she's my niece, Trisha is here. She is here, and that you are here tonight during her first time to attend, I'm sure she will be impressed and she will be more encouraged to be a member and be a part of the MEYCAUAYAN Toastmaster. Thank you very much. For the table topics evaluation, I think TM Armel did a good job as well, citing all the strengths and weaknesses of every speaker. And she also gave example. I observed that she gave example of all the things that she wanted SEDI to improve. Like don't be apologetic, just be confident and uplift yourself and boost yourself so that you don't need to feel sorry that you are not up with something. So that's a very good one. The thing that I only observe is you also went over time. So most of us doesn't observe time. Remember, if we go over time, we use other people's time. So that's it. Thank you so much, TM Armel. But overall, good evaluation. Now, I have also my technical, Trisha, I have also my technical team, technical evaluator, as we call it. I would like to call on our language evaluator for tonight for her report, none other than TM Jamie.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. Good evening, General Evaluator President Juliet. I'm Toastmaster Jamie, and I'm the grammarian, or also known as the language evaluator for tonight's meeting. So, language evaluators, they pay attention to the use of language and also provide constructive feedback and also introduce the word of the night, like what I did earlier from the start of the meeting. So, as the language evaluator, I'm here to give the germs and the gems all throughout the meeting. So I want to start with the germs, then go with the gems. So the germs, that's just a few germs. So instead of using the word very true friends, how about we use honest friends? I think honest is a better word than very true. Then someone said in Tagalog, okay lang na hindi kayo nagkikita. Maybe because the person is wants to translate this in English, or but then maybe he got panic. So it's really hard when you're speaking at the same time you're translating something in your head into English. So Tagalog English. But it's okay. You just need to pause and take time to translate it in your head. Then let us go to the gems. Gems from DTM Bang. True friends are courageous enough to tell the truth in front of our faces. And then from Toastmaster Sally. But in most difficult times, you will always have that friend. And then from DTM, and then from Director Rose, friends are like family, people you share coffee with. And also from TM Grace, I like this because I've been working hard for the past weeks. Work hard and play hard. But for me, it's work hard so I can play harder. And from DTM Mark, what is your stationary bike?
That moves you from your current state to your best self. Non-verbatim. And also, this quotation from Albert Einstein. Life is like riding a bicycle. To keep your balance, you must keep moving. And for the word of the night, Palmery, I noticed that Toastmaster DTM Mark, Distinguished Toastmaster Mark, used the word Palmery person. And then I think Palmery is different. I've been searching in the internet. Palmery is different from palmatory because I got surprised. Like, is this the word of the night? Is this connected with the word of the night? So Palmery is different from palmatory. So that's it. As your language evaluator, I now finish my report and return the control to our general evaluator, President Juliet.
Thank you so much, our language evaluator, for the thorough report. And now we go on to our timer and counters report. That will be our very own VP Education, TM Jeff Robles.
Hello. Thank you, GE Juliet Castro. Good evening, my fellow Toastmasters and guests. The purpose of the counter is to note words and sounds that are used as scratches or pause fillers by anyone who's spoke tonight. During the meeting, I listed four overused words, including well, but, so, and you know. And I also listened for filler words, including and er. So let me present to you the counter for tonight. So TM Juliet has three repetitive words, one and. Um, DTM Beng has one repetitive word. TM Ana has one and two overlong pauses. DTM Mark has two Direct Rose has two and 5 repeats. He has two overlong pauses and two you know. And Mama Remy has 3 and I think myself I have spoken 3 So I also want to commend the other speakers for avoiding filler words tonight. Keep it up. Speeches on the following meetings. Now I will talk about our the timers report. So for our guest, in Toastmasters, every session has a predefined limit. As a timer, it is my duty to let speakers be aware of their time when they are speaking. So for the prepared speech section, the time allotted is 5 to 7 minutes and 4 to 6 minutes for icebreaker. At 5 minutes, I flashed the green card, at 6 the yellow, and at 7 the red card. For the table topic session, the time allotted is 1 to 2 minutes. At 1 minute, I flashed the green card. At 1.5, the yellow, and 2, the red card. And for speech evaluations, the time limit is 2 to 3 minutes. At 2 minutes, I flash the green card. 2.5, the yellow. At 3 minutes, the red card. And there is a grace period of 30 seconds after the red card is flashed each time to wrap up their speeches. So here's the report. Um, for our first table topic speaker, DTM Beng has 2 minutes, 1 second on time. And for her evaluation, 3 minutes and 29 seconds on time. TM Ana, as our second table topic speaker, has 2 minutes, 1 second on time. DTM Mark for her as our third table topic speaker, 1 minute, 43 seconds on time. And for his prepared speech, for our fourth table topic, 6 seconds on time, and for her evaluation, 3 minutes and 9 seconds on time. And for our second prepared speech evaluator, uh 3 minutes and 38 seconds over time. Uh, for our prepared speech speaker, TM Grace, 3 minutes 19 seconds under time. Speaker, 7 minutes 29 seconds. On time, 6 minutes and 55 seconds over time. That's all. Are my Toastmasters and guest. Back to you, General Evaluator President Juliet.
Thank you so much, TM Jeff, for the technical reports of the evening. What I would just like to suggest for the our yeah, I think maybe, well, it's an internet problem. So what can I say? Because you're coming up very weak. Probably next time, just if your internet is weak, just do a report and show it, and don't show your video. Don't put your video on. Just show your report or speak. But now it's okay. So it's just, I think, situational. It's not really, it's just a suggestion for you in the future. Thank you. Now, to evaluate our Toastmaster of the evening, the last one, TM Remy. Okay, we started almost on time, 7:04, and you were very keen on calling all the role takers. Usually it's Sergeant at Arms TM Rai, but you took the part to call on all the people who are involved for the roles for tonight. That's very good. And I was gonna comment on you not giving a brief background of what the Toastmaster was all about. and what are the different or major parts of the Toastmasters meeting. But then you came back on it when you saw that we have a guest, Trisha. So you
Yeah.
you you actually was
I
able
thought,
to make up for it. You made it up. So very good. And it's always a pleasant having you as our Toastmaster of the evening because of your pleasant face, which give a sense of happiness, a happy environment. And thank you for that. Thank you for uh, being the master of tonight's meeting. And we're looking forward for you being here as a Toastmaster of the evening, being a speaker and being a member. But I think you're refusing to be an officer next time. But just be a member, be a Toastmaster of the evening. That will be good for us. Thank you, Toastmaster Remy, and I'm giving it back to you.
thank you, President Juliet, for that kind comments. It has been a pleasure to host tonight's meeting. Before I close, allow me to give you a few tips on how to enhance friendship in our lives with three important ingredients. The first one is empathy. Empathy means letting others feel you understand their situation. The second is trust, allowing others to feel safe both at his presence and with his absence. And lastly, mutual respect. It communicates acceptance and value even in our diversities of personalities and opinions. With this, I hope you can find a person here in MEYCAUAYAN Toastmaster whom you can consider a true friend. Back to you, our president.
Yeah, I feel like I was very abused tonight. I'm always having the floor. Anyway, I would like to call on Trisha to give her thoughts for tonight's meeting. Can you give us a few words on your experience for tonight?
Actually, I was surprised to feel excited. Initially, I was nervous to sit in tonight, but after getting to watch people speaking tonight, I felt excited, honestly.
Hey, so you're gonna
Yeah.
be attending more often. Actually, she has
Yes.
school, but she was able to make it. Thank you, Trisha. She's already a member, so no need to persuade, okay? I actually persuaded her already. Now, DTM Beng, can you invite us? Would you like to invite us over to your... Yes, can you please add her to our GC? Her name is Tricia Castro. Thank you. DTM Beng, can you invite us with your meetings?
Sure. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Juliet, for that. And yeah, we would like to invite you to our meetings at Pine City Toastmasters Club. We meet every first, third, and fifth Tuesdays of the month from 6:30 p.m. to 8:30. So our next meeting is on October 18. We also have a meeting at Synergy Toastmasters Club every second and fourth Thursdays of the month from 7 to 9 p.m. So we have a meeting this Thursday on the 13th. So thank you so much for having me. And I just like to say I'm so grateful to be here, and I'm awed at how everyone has grown, particularly Toastmaster Sedi and Toastmaster Remy. They're so fluent now. So congratulations. This is an awesome place to keep on growing, and it's always a blessing to come back and visit all of you. Thank you so much. Back to you, Toastmaster Juliet.
Thank you so much, DTM Beng. You're always a blessing also for us. That's really true, and we're happy that you're always gracing our meeting. You're always a part of our meeting, and you are really a part of our family. Hindi ka na we're not going to deny that you're a part of our family.
She's not a guest anymore. She's a
Yeah, not a
family.
guest, not a guest. You're a
She's the
part of our
family
family.
here. Yeah.
Yes, correct. Thank you, and thank you. We're privileged. We are the ones privileged for you being a part of our family. And now, for just a quick announcement before we adjourn, I would like to announce to our members that the officers have decided to continue a portion of our reward system, rewards points. So all the details is that all those who will finish a level will receive $100 reward points and will be credited to your future membership fee. So you have to finish all your level. For every level that you are finished, you can finish three levels in one Toastmaster year or more. 3 levels or more, I think, in one Toastmaster year. So you can get 100 pesos, sorry, not dollar, 100 pesos. 100 pesos reward points.
I will be speaking next week.
Wala tayong fund. Wala tayong fund sa
I will be
dollar.
speaking every week.
Everybody will
Sorry. My mistake. Okay, 100 pesos for every level that we're going to finish. So come on, everybody, spread the news. We're going to post this also in our GC. Spread the news and let's encourage our co-members to finish all their levels this year and the coming years. But we will also budget reporting of those levels that we are finishing for the DCP achievement, so that if there's a lot of level 2s and level 3s, we will defer it so that it can be credited in future Toastmaster year. Okay, so that will be it. Is there any more announcement? Is there any more things that you... Okay, Toastmaster Remy.
Yeah, we are inviting everybody to our upcoming Christmas party. Yeah. Okay, be prepared for your costume, also for your face-to-face. I'm looking forward for a face-to-face Christmas party this time. Hopefully, I can borrow a car. So see you. I think it's December, TM Sedi, this
11.
December 11th, say 7 o'clock. We're still negotiating with our venue. Hopefully, it will be a new venue. That's all.
Yes, it's going to be, just to add to that, it's going to be the contest as well. So we have to start early. The contest for the club contest, the ones that who will be representing our club for the division, will be held on the same day as well. So our team is going to be safari. So get ready with your boots and your safari hats or your camouflage. But all details will be posted in the group chat. DTM Beng, you're invited. Please come over here. I'm gonna pick you up from Baguio. You're invited. And also on
Thank you.
21st, for those who are going to attend the Halloween or the Pirates party at the G3 joint membership face-to-face meeting, please do. That will be on Friday, October 21. I will be driving. I will be coming over to Marilao. We'll meet at SM. So I initially told them that it's gonna be 5. Or if anyone is interested, I can accommodate 6 plus me, the driver, in my car, so you can come with me, come drive with us. Also, I heard that DTM Christine is going. She is the distinguished guest for that event. So just let us know. Also, we have to pay 350 for all those coming. We have to pay 350. Kindly please, Jamie, collect all the 350 for those going, and we will remit it to them in all in one lump sum. Thank you so much. If there's any more, there's nothing more, sorry. You see? Then, by the power vested in me by the MEYCAUAYAN Toastmasters, I now call this meeting adjourned.